Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Salamun Alaikum, and welcome to Suhoor Bites, where we take a few moments each morning to reflect on the wisdom of the Qur'an. In these blessed moments before dawn, as we nourish our bodies for the day of fasting ahead, let us also feed our souls with the light of divine guidance. Each day we will reflect on a verse from the Qur'an, drawing inspiration and lessons to carry with us throughout the day. Today we'll be looking at the 110th verse of Surah Ali Imran. Here Allah says, "Kuntum khayra ummatin ukhrijat lin-nas, ta'muruna bil ma'ruf wa tanhawna 'anil munkar wa tu'minuna billah." You are the best nation brought forward for mankind. You enjoin the good and forbid what is wrong, and you believe in Allah. Allah begins this verse by addressing the Muslim Ummah as the best nation. However, this honor and this title is not something Allah gives unconditionally. The verse continues, brought forward for mankind. Ukhrijat linnas. This phrase, brought forward for mankind, makes it clear that this title of being the best of nations is linked to the responsibility of serving humanity. A nation is only the best if it benefits others, guiding them towards justice and righteousness. This means that the excellence of the Ummah is not to be measured by power or wealth, but by its ability to uphold truth and offer moral leadership. This responsibility extends beyond individual actions. It is a collective duty. The Muslim nation is meant to be a force of positive change, ensuring that justice prevails and that societies are built upon righteousness. If we fail in this role, we risk losing our status in Allah's sight. The verse serves as a reminder that the honor of being the best ummah that Allah talks about is not a privilege, but it's something that is earned and dependent on our actions. The verse then continues by explaining how exactly the Muslim nation serves mankind. You enjoin what is right and forbid what is wrong. تَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَتَنْحَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ. Here we see this understanding that Islam is not a passive faith. It requires engagement with the world. A righteous society cannot exist if people remain silent in the face of corruption. To enjoin good, to do ma'roof, means to promote virtue, kindness, honesty, and all that aligns with what Allah commands. This includes both on an individual level and on a societal level, ensuring fairness in business, justice in leadership, and compassion in our interactions. To forbid evil, munkar, means to challenge injustice, oppression, and immorality, whether through speech, action, or at the very least, as the ahadith that we have inform us, disapproval in our heart. Now this contrasts sharply with the modern live and let live mentality, where morality is increasingly viewed as a personal and subjective choice, rather than a shared responsibility. In many contemporary societies, ethical values are often shaped by individual preferences, cultural trends, and social norms, rather than by an objective moral framework. This approach assumes that as long as an action does not cause direct harm, it should be tolerated, even if it contradicts fundamental moral principles. Now, Islam, however, presents a fundamentally different perspective. Morality is not an isolated personal decision. It is a collective responsibility. Every society is shaped by the values it upholds and the behaviors it normalizes. What is tolerated today becomes accepted tomorrow, and what is accepted tomorrow becomes the standard for the next generation. If we remain silent in the face of wrongdoing, we contribute to its normalization, allowing immorality and injustice to take root in society. Islam's understanding of enjoining good and forbidding evil considers it to be the defensive mechanism, the immune system, to protect society from moral decay. Islam calls for moral courage, for individuals who are willing to uphold justice and righteousness, even when it is difficult or unpopular. The verse then finishes by adding a final trait and quality of the Muslim nation. Allah says, وَتُؤْمِرُونَ بِاللَّهِ, that indeed you believe in Allah. This shows that enjoining good and forbidding evil cannot be separated from belief in Allah. Without faith, morality risks becoming unstable and ever-changing, shaped by personal desires or societal trends, rather than a deeper, more permanent foundation. True justice and righteousness require an anchor beyond human subjectivity, one that provides consistency and higher purpose. Faith in Allah is not just about theological belief, it is about living by divine principles. When belief is strong, it shapes our character, strengthens our moral compass, and gives us the conviction to stand for what is right. Faith provides a deeper awareness of why we pursue justice and goodness, reminding us that our efforts are not just for worldly and material outcomes, but rather part of a greater journey towards getting closer to Allah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ولله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وإلى الله ترجع الأمور. كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس تأمرون بالمعروف وتنهون عن المنكر وتؤمنون بالله ولو آمن أهل الكتاب لكان خيرا لهم منهم المؤمنون وأكثرهم الفاسقون. لن يضروكم إلا أذى وإن يقاتلوكم يولوكم الأدبار ثم لا ينصرون.